Here are 7 very creepy and gruesome myths. They have been myths that have been around for years with different variations. So, let us begin. Myth number 1, the hook. 2 teenage lovers were parked at a local makeout spot when the music on the radio was interrupted by a special bulletin. A dangerous lunatic had escaped from the nearby insane asylum. He could be identified with the hook he had placed of his right hand. The girl insisted she be taken home immediately. When they arrived at her house, the frustrated boy marched over to the door, opened the door for her, and hanging from the handle was a bloody hook. Myth number 2, the Backseat Killer. A woman was leaving her work and was preparing to go home. She jumped into her car and drove away, but before long she saw the man was following her in another car with his high beams on. The lights would turn off and then they would turn on again. She panicked and drove home as quickly as she could, swerved into the driveway and screamed for her husband. Her husband ran out just as the followed man pulled up, jumped from his car and yelled, "Lady, there's someone hiding in your back seat with a knife." The man was arrested. Every time the killer stood up, the man in the car would turn on his high beams. Myth number 3, coin slots. Drug users are disposing of their used needles by putting them into coin return slots. Public telephones, candy dispensers, you name it, thereby infecting unsuspecting victims with hepatitis and HIV. Myth number 4, Happy Halloween. Every Halloween children die from eating candy poisoned by sadistic treaters. Razor blades and needles are also hidden in apples or candy. Myth number 5, gang members. As an initiation into a street gang, potential members hide under people's cars at night. And when the unsuspecting owners start to get in, they slash their ankles, and when they fall, they steal a shoe for proof. Myth number 6, Hollow Baby. A couple arrived back home to the US from a trip to South America. When they got off the plane, the wife insisted her husband drag the luggage because she was holding the baby. As they were exiting the airport, they were greeted by the FBI. They handcuffed the husband, took the baby from the wife, and cuffed her also. When unwrapping the baby from its blanket, they saw it was dead. It had been hollowed so that the couple could easily smuggle cocaine inside of it. Myth number 7, toilet guillotines. A zero population growth terrorism group called No More has been setting up little guillotines under the rims of public toilet seats. When a pressure sensor senses someone sitting on the toilet, a razor-sharp blade slashes across the front half of the toilet with the purpose of damaging or removing the victim's testicles. Now, what do these myths tell us? Are they an act of fiction or fact? Well, they can all happen, so you might as well take the precautions. Always listen to the special news bulletins. Always check your back seat. Always check the change return slot. Check your Halloween candy for your children or you. Always check under your car if necessary. Always, I don't know, on the baby one. There's some pretty messed up people. And 7, always check the toilet